Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Fast and Kajin Castry, and today we're back again with you guys with Better Call Saul.
Season 3, Episode 2.
Yep.
This one is called Witness, which
None.
fits...
No witness at all.
It's called Witness, which fits with what's going on with Mike right now, because we have a theory that he's dealing with potentially Gus.
Maybe.
Gus. But we don't know for sure. The one thing we know is that someone has been trying to follow Mike around with a GPS hidden in his car because he's just that awesome. He found it and he did a little plan to tag them and know where they were going when they came to change the battery of the old one. So now he's on his way to follow them to their home base, I guess. We're gonna find out who's
responsible for all of this.
Exactly. Or at least I hope we will find out this episode. And what's been going on with Saul, Jimmy.
Well, Chuck revealed to Ernesto that he recorded Jimmy on a tape for something freaky a bit.
Yeah. He's still trying to plan something here because he did smile after that happened. So we know he wanted him to hear about this. And we still don't know what he wants to do, but he did tell Howard that he had a plan because the recording by itself doesn't work in court.
True.
So he's trying to do something with it. We don't know what yet. That's scary.
Alright.
Okay, so I think that's it. Let's jump in episode 2 of season 3 and see what happens.
Alright.
Let's go.
Let's watch it, guys.
He's too happy.
I think that maybe he's planning for Jimmy to try to steal the recording. So that's why he's checking every door to make sure that they're all locked.
That was kind of my, one of my guesses last episode when I said he wanted Ernesto to hear it so he would go to Jimmy for Chuck's own sake. If Jimmy knows about the tape, he's going to try to do something.
Someone's in it.
You can move the red 5 up.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir.
I hate to say it, but I think it might be time to kill the lights.
Oh, yes, sir. Of course.
Who is this guy?
You sure I can't make you a cup of tea?
What's going on?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
All right, then.
Who are you waiting for? Ernesto or Jimmy?
The only one I can think of is Jimmy, for it to be that sneaky.
Yeah.
But who's the guy inside? A witness? Like if he shows up at a Pollos Hermanos, we'll know for sure. Not many places to hide here. I feel like I'm also doing the job. Like I'm also looking for clues as to where he's going, who is he talking to. I think if it's Gus, I think this one was the old Mike.
You think?
It's like he's doing, the trip he took Jesse on?
Yeah.
Going multiple places to get money and stuff. I think this is what he's doing.
So you think that would be Gus who he's looking out for him?
If it's not Gus, I feel like the guy is still someone like Mike is going to be. Like he's a bodyguard or something. He's in charge of security.
The henchman.
See where he is. Oh, this could be a restaurant.
Looks like a parking lot, yeah.
I will stand by my theory.
I know it's a damn parking lot. I think that's a restaurant.
They're not showing us the building, so I'm like... If it's not that, I mean, it's still gonna be a great chase, but...
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if Gus knows about Mike because he knows the Salamanca family.
Yep. And I mean, they're...
So he can
To
send
Mike-
him a pawn to
Yeah.
work with him.
And for Mike, there is no reason to show the name of the restaurant if it is Pollos Hermanos, because he doesn't know what that entails.
But it did look like a restaurant parking lot.
I'm confident in our theory. Even if it's not Gus, it's still Gus. Dead end.
Oh, I'm gonna see.
It's totally Pollos Hermanos, I swear to God. Yes! Oh yeah!
Oh,
The sweet feeling.
the big players has entered the game, guys.
I swear that reveal, the music just keeps on going up. They're like, oh, we know you guys guessed it. We know you know what's going on. Ah.
Hi, I'm Francesca Liddy. I'm
Isn't
here for the
that
interview.
his receptionist
Jimmy McGill.
in Breaking Bad?
Running early or am I running late?
I'm sorry.
I think it is.
It's not a
Thank you.
problem.
She's the one that works for him.
Except in death and tax.
Be careful with the loud and clear, because it can come off as angry. Be folksy. Put a little sunshine in your voice.
Got it.
You hit that.
That's gonna change.
There it goes.
Offices of Jimmy McGill. How may I help you?
Folksy, be folksy.
Say, is that a dog I'm hearing? It is? Oh, what's your name?
Yeah, Cracker Barrel. Always helps to mention Cracker Barrel.
Well, I think it's great you let Margaret play inside. It's a hot one out there. I was thinking of going over to Cracker Barrel because they've got such great air conditioning. Okay, Dorothy. Look forward to seeing you. You betcha. Bye now. I am so sorry. Thank you for holding. How may I help you? Well, I can set you up with an appointment. Jimmy is busy at the moment, but if you'd like...
The place is looking nice.
It's looking better and better.
Outdoors. Are you staying out of the sun? It's a hot one today. Ermine trout?
Mike.
Trout like the fish? I hear Cracker Barrel has excellent...
Although this one doesn't want to hear you talking folksy.
Don't talk about Cracker Barrel.
No.
Yeah, patch that one through.
She's doing a good job. If she is the one for Breaking Bad, though, I feel like she lost her soul.
Your new assistant's a real pip.
Yeah, thanks for crushing her spirit on the first day.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
why I
You
guess.
drive safe. You free for breakfast tomorrow?
What are you doing, Mike?
Why does he need him? Oh, he needs someone to go inside. He's gonna use him.
This is what you're gonna do.
Stop staring at him. You're so
Yeah.
much suspicious.
It's like he's nervous or something. Well, he doesn't know what he's dealing with.
True.
And since we know this used to be Mike, he's probably dangerous. Trying to be subtle, but... To be fair though, unless he was really on his guard, he wouldn't notice. That's why you're the lawyer.
This is Gus.
Oh man, I missed him. If he asks him a question, he's gonna freak out. He's so focused on this guy. And the actual, like, bad guy is right there behind him. Bad guy. I love how they did this. We all know it's him, but we don't see his face. Something happened. I think it's maybe
I think
just
he put it-
confirmation.
No, I think that he put it on the floor and Gus just broom it.
Now, how he didn't even go
Gus.
close to the bag. Maybe it's just confirmation that, oh, you have the bag, so you went and got the money, so everything is fine. Either that or... I don't know. Unless he threw it in the trash with his stuff, but that would mean he took something from the bag and we didn't see him do anything.
He didn't talk to anybody. He didn't even look at anybody. Finished his meal in 5 minutes tops and skedaddled. Didn't leave anything behind.
I think we're done for today.
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah, but that means that probably
Alright,
someone
clear
is
my
working inside Pollos Hermanos with
You're
him.
not gonna do like, you gotta
There's a
sit
reason
on
why he
these
goes
things.
there every time.
Thanks for your time.
He sees you. He'll know. Like, you think he doesn't know? Oh, he's still so cool. Oh man.
It's been a while, guys. It's been a while.
And the genius behind this is that no one ever suspects him. No one. We guessed it was him in Breaking Bad because of the color of his shirt. They don't know that works like that.
Hey, come on, I got people out there. Hello? I can't
Give me $1.
give you $1.
Yeah, just hand me $1.
Client and lawyer confidentiality.
All I got's a 20.
Fine, whatever. All right. I'm your lawyer now. If anyone asks me what I know, we have confidentiality.
Why do we need confidentiality?
Jimmy, what did you say to Chuck?
That's exactly what he's gonna do with Jesse and Walter too, so that's cool.
Howard, right? I kind of told him that he was right about everything. I had to. Kim, he was broken. He was a broken man. I couldn't leave him in Crazy Town like that, so I
played
told him,
you.
just to make him feel better. But it doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter who he tells because it's my word against his.
Jimmy, there's a tape.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
There is a tape recording of you talking to Chuck.
Yeah, and he's gonna try to
What
steal
do you
it.
mean? Who? He taped me? How?
I don't know how. He just did. Okay? Ernie told me.
Ernie told you.
He said Chuck has a tape recorder wrapped in a space blanket in his desk drawer. Ernie was putting new batteries in it for Chuck, and the tape rolled for a few seconds, and he heard you. He made that tape for a reason, and we just have to figure out why. Jimmy?
I gotta get back to it.
It's the betrayal.
Yeah, I know that, but you play with his mind
Figure this
too,
out.
Jimmy.
Yeah, I know.
But
You're
in Jimmy's
just
mind,
as guilty as Chuck.
but in Jimmy's head, he did it to help Kim. Chuck is doing it to destroy him. That's the difference in Jimmy's head.
So? Just got off the phone with my old crim pro professor.
He's doing what
Yeah?
Chuck told him.
What'd he say?
Well, as we
Roll
know,
it.
New Mexico has one-party consent, so Chuck had a right to make the recording. If Chuck has a plan for this tape, I don't know what it is. At
You
this
don't know
point, all we
either.
can do is wait for his move, then act accordingly.
Yeah, don't do anything.
All right then. Thanks.
It's like for him to finding out that his own brother is betraying him again. First time with HHM.
But you bet he's gonna tear it off and it's not gonna work. I knew it. And it's not clean. No matter who is right, who is wrong, who did what, who did nothing, I don't know, I don't care. It's still heartbreaking to see them both destroying each other. You're playing a dangerous game with a dangerous man. It's a good thing that we know he ends up working for him. Oh shit! They knew. He knew he was following.
Oh my!
I've got a job for you. I got a job for you.
Yeah.
You got played.
This has been going on for 8 days now, and really, no indication that it's going to work. Will work. I think I've been very patient. But the cost of these round-the-clock private investigators is really starting to add up.
Private investigator.
This is our duty. As officers of the court, I suppose we could limit the investigators to just nighttime hours.
Nighttime.
Yes. Jimmy will most likely break in while he thinks I'm sleeping. I mean, I wouldn't put anything past him. It just makes the most sense he'll try to steal the tape under cover of darkness.
You really think he's going to do that?
I do indeed.
That's what we get.
I think he's gonna go in daytime though.
Howard, I know my brother.
I don't think you do.
Oh. Open it now! I swear to God, Chuck!
Jimmy!
He is
You
pissed
take
off.
me? You asshole!
Jimmy!
You pulled that heartstrings con job on me? You piece of shit! There it is! Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh no, I mean,
Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Huh? For this, you destroyed our family? You happy now? For what? For nothing! Where'd you make copies, huh, Chuck? Huh? You tell me or I'll burn this whole goddamn house to the ground! Jimmy! Jimmy! That's enough!
You were a witness to what happened here?
I was.
You
And
saw
you?
nothing.
I'm a witness.
oh shit. Oh my god. Oh no.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is just breaking our hearts.
And the thing is, we didn't know for sure what he was gonna do with this, like what was his plan. This episode, it was kind of obvious that we planned it, we guessed it really early on, but it's like confirmation that we were right, and to see it all unfold, and to see Jimmy just lose it like this, it's so sad. Oh my god. Oh. And I'm like, at this point, it's not even about like what he did, although they can say, well, I taped him, and a lot of people knew about what was on that tape, and he came into the house to destroy the tape, so that gives it legitimacy, you know what I mean. And so there's that, but now there's also like breaking and entering, like he destroyed his door to get in. He literally blew open the door. He threatened Chuck. He threatened the house.
He destroyed the desk to have access to the tape, and he destroyed the tape, so he destroyed evidence.
And he did say stuff like, I'm gonna burn this house to the ground if you don't tell me, like, if you have anything else. And he was sort of threatening Chuck, so there's a lot.
If only he just didn't do nothing.
I know, but it's breaking his heart. It's... He was about to do nothing, but it was tearing at him, and he was so happy before to have had that moment with Chuck where he felt like, oh, for 1 second I forgot that my brother hated me. Like it was like when we were kids, like he loved me again. And then he learns that it was all a game. It was all for nothing. It was all to play him. Which is sad also because you can now reverse the tables and be like, how do you think Chuck felt when he found out that Jimmy played him? I think in Jimmy's mind, like I said in the episode, the difference is the reason behind their actions. Like Chuck never really intended to make... no, not Chuck. Jimmy never intended for Chuck to think that it was bigger than what it was and to lose it, and... He was doing it for Kim, like that when he asked Chuck, when he told Chuck about what he did,
but
it was for Kim.
It's not because he's trying to believe that he's doing it for Kim that is making it a good reason
I know.
to do so.
You don't have to explain that.
He doesn't think about the consequence of other people that affects.
I know. Don't you're saying it like you're trying to prove it to me. I know that. I think Jimmy doesn't understand it. I think that's how he sees it. Like, oh, it doesn't really matter why what I did because I did it for Kim. I did it for a good reason. And in his head, Chuck is doing it to destroy him. It's out of revenge that he's doing it. So that's why it's so much worse and it's breaking his heart. But I think both of them are have the capacity to destroy the other, and that's why, because they're brothers. I mean, they're not supposed to go at each other's throat like that. And it's so sad because they could have been great together if Chuck had given Jimmy a chance, if Jimmy had not gone down that dark path when he was younger, and even after he changed, like when he was trying to make the right thing, and he was trying to get his degree and stuff. He was really trying to go at it the right way, but it was already too late for Chuck. So it's so many opportunities missed because of pity, anger, and just revenge, and just this show does it really well. You know, not normal, but real situations, real real bonds, and real relationships, and they play with it, and it's and the worst is we know that Chuck is not in Breaking Bad. We know he's not in Jimmy's future.
Yeah.
Although he could.
Kim is not in the future.
Kim is not in the future as well.
Or two.
Yeah, but I mean, I could almost expect them not to be there, especially if like they cut ties and he's just like, I have my own practice now. He changed his name and everything, so
True.
I don't want anything to do with you. But then Chuck is his brother, so, and he's a good lawyer. So I'm like, I know Saul Goodman does not do things legally, not totally. Like he goes around the law. He does everything Chuck hates about a lawyer. About the type of lawyer that Jimmy is. So I wouldn't expect him to be in Breaking Bad and help him out, but as brothers, it's still sad to know that in the future there is no sign of him, no mention of him, no, I don't know, no nothing.
I do think that maybe this episode was the breaking point for their relationship, because maybe Chuck did something so much against Jimmy that he just cannot forgive him for that.
Yeah, we did say that Jimmy was all about forgiving and moving on. Like, it's almost like he prefers to leave the problems behind and not face them. And like when he did after he confessed to Chuck, he came back, helped him out with his walls, and it was like nothing happened. So Jimmy would rather move on and forget than face the problem. But Chuck, he keeps them inside, and he keeps them for a very long time.
He keeps grudging it.
Yeah, he's what's the word? Rancunier. What's rancunier do? Oh, I don't remember. But yeah, he keeps grudges. Let's just say it like that.
What about Gus and Tris?
I'm surprised they did it at like episode 2, because I'm like, I really expected him to come back in like a finale or in a first episode, but I think we would expect him to be back in a first episode or a finale. So this is more Gus's way. Like, he's still a badass. The way he does things is still like, oh my god, you played Mike. You played Mike! This is huge!
Mike needs to learn some new tricks.
Yeah, but he's not.
The big bosses.
But he's not doing a huge show about it, you know? This is totally Gus's way.
No, I think it's gonna make Mike an offer that he cannot refuse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would make a lot of sense. Like, why? He doesn't want to kill him. And we know he works for him in the future, so he might. And, I mean, Gus has money, and Mike wants money and protection against Salamanca. So if he works for Gus, he's got both.
True.
Because Hector can't do anything about Gus, because it's going to start a feud, so opportunities. So yeah, the guy was Mike.
I just love the way that they introduces Gus to us in this episode.
He was just in the background.
Like someone nobody could have expected was him, but just another extra at the back, all blurred. I think that's similar to what I just said about how he does things. He doesn't make a show out of it. He's a sneaky one. He hides in plain sight. That's a better way to just being connected to everything. Yeah, like compare it to Jimmy, who was trying. I mean, he did get a lot of information, but he was trying way too much to pretend that he wasn't paying attention. And so what happened? Everyone noticed, and as soon as he left, Gus knew that something was going on. This is brilliant. This is so cool. I'm so glad he's back. I missed him. I miss his face. You know, and I'm reacting to Breaking Bad with my friend right now, and it's been a while since we've watched an episode, but we are almost at Gus' moment to appear for the first time, and I'm like, I cannot wait for him to see that guy. He was the best villain
on Breaking Bad, aside from Walter White, because Walter White is essentially a villain, but he's also like, he's the main character, so...
He's an anti-hero, yeah.
Yeah. But Gus was like the greatest enemy to Walter White, and I feel like Breaking Bad Breaking Bad was still so good after Gus died, but it still lost something, and I'm so happy to have him in Better Call Saul.
I wonder what he will bring to the show, though.
I don't know. There's still like 3 seasons after the season 3, 4, 5, and I think 6.
Maybe.
So we still need. I mean, Mike has not accepted the offer yet. So if he accepts it, we still need to see how he's gonna get into the business, how it's gonna change him, and how he's gonna go from this to the badass that doesn't really blink at everything he's facing in the future.
Nope.
So, and if we can find out about his past too, that would be cool. So there's that. And Saul needs to learn a little bit about Gus because he knows about him in Breaking Bad. So.
Well, he knows Mike.
Yeah, but now
he's gonna learn about Gus if he might work for Gus.
I have a feeling now he's gonna be focused more on the fact that he's going to jail. Oh,
all right.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. The link is in the description.
Yep, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now, and if not, wait for the next one to be up on YouTube, guys.
Very, very soon.
See you then, guys.
Bye.